Hi, if you're a Libra, born September 23rd to October 22nd, what can you expect for the month of October 2015? Let's tune in and find out. So Libras, this is going to be an interesting month. We're just coming off a big eclipse that happened, the big lunar eclipse that happened, and on the end of September, and that is opening up a lot of heart energy. So there's a lot of internal pressure for you to change, for things to be different, especially in the area of relationships and in the area of who you want to be, who you want to become. And there's going to be opportunities this month for you to step it up. And I really feel like a wind is at your back, pushing you forward. And it reminds me of the Titanic ship, right, where she's leaning forward like this. It's like that kind of energy. It's a duality. There's a pressure, right? And pressure can sometimes be uncomfortable. So there's a pressure to change. But as you change, there's a freedom. Remember in that movie, she was very prim and very proper, and then all of a sudden she was allowed to be free, and that was part of the experience. But she had to shift, and she had to go through some struggles. And it's a little bit like that for you, Libra, this month. There's going to be some shifts. There's going to be some struggles internally, mainly. It feels like mainly it's internal with you around relationships. And now these relationships can be anything from business relationships to your personal relationships to to extended friends relationships, right? Where someone else is having a problem with a relationship and you're coaxing them or coaching them to be different or to support. So it's all with relationships, a big majority of it. So let's look, since we're opening with relationship, let's look specifically at committed relationship. For those of you that are in a committed relationship, what can you expect for this month? So there's a little bit of, it feels like there's a little bit of kind of sticky energy around your relationship, almost where either you're not identifying exactly who you need to be or how you need to be in this relationship. And it could even be that a lot of you have lost yourself in this committed relationship, or maybe you're doing everything for that partner, or it could be that that partner does everything for you. And so there's this congealing that's happened where you don't really have your own identity anymore. There's a little bit of a disconnect within yourself, or it's too much about you, right? It feels like an extreme. Either it's not about you or it's all about you. So extremes are never good, especially when we are the balanced sign, right, Libra? So we're wanting you to come back into the middle. So part of what you'll be asked to do is to reevaluate that personal relationship with that partner. And you can expect initially, it feels like coming off of that eclipse in the first week of October, I have a little bit of a headache, right? There's some struggles for some of you guys in being able to kind of sort things out. But there's also some really nice openings for you around the heart and really positive energy for you in this month. You may have a little bit of a combustion around the 13th, they're showing me, which is actually the new moon. And so maybe it's just because you're trying on this new relationship for size, right? You're trying on different ways of being in this relationship, adjusting back. If you're the one who's giving too much, then maybe you want to start to bring some more balance into that. Or if you're not doing enough for your partner, maybe you need to do a little bit more, and that's a little uncomfortable, or you're a little cranky about it because you're used to being waited on all the time. So wherever you fall in there, you wanna go the other direction, right? You want to push the other direction. That's the work that there is for you to do this month. And when you do that work, other doors are going to open up, right? Part of astrology is not about being defined by the sign, but rising above the sign. So the things that I'm suggesting you doing is to help you rise above the sign, above that natural instinct that we have to be a certain way, which for most Libras, it's being a people pleaser. And so getting you to kind of come back and look a little bit more for, what do I need? What do I want? Unless you're somebody who's already conquered that and you're all the way at the other side where it's all about me, gimme, 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 right? Then we're bringing you back into the middle. So it seems really good. Like overall, it feels really good. The companionship aspect with you and your partner, you might have a lot of fun. It feels like there's a great, really nice energy that happens around that second weekend in October, really, really positive things. And then You're going to need some patience, though. You may need some patience because your partner may be going through some stuff. It's not so much you, but maybe your partner is having some explosive ideas or explosive challenges in their life, so which can kind of set you off course. So there's a little bit of volatility in the relationship, but all in all, it feels that you can get through it. It's a very smooth, smooth in the idea that you have control and you can gain control, and you can do that in a moment, right? You can do it in an instant, and when you do it immediately, you'll find that centeredness that's available to you. The universe is wanting to support you and being centered and grounded, and there's a lot of support with you this month in doing that. Now remember, we have Mercury is still retrograde until October 9th, so our communication isn't always the smoothest, and so we want to double and triple check things that are being said and things that are being done. After that, you're going to have a bigger birth or a bigger opening for really being able to be more committed and clear in your love and in your communication with one another. So it's really going to be a positive event overall for you, for those of you that are committed in committed relationships. But you are going through some changes, and you're morphing through some changes, which is good. And then specifically, it's you, Libra, that's being asked to change. And of course, if we want things to be different, we have to change. So the past never stays the same, right? So things are always changing. So if you're trying to get back someplace, you're trying to hang on to someplace, it's going to be no good. So just let go and go with the flow. You'll be better off. Now, for those of you that are looking for romance, it's a really good month for that. Especially towards the end of the month, like around the 20th, 25th, huge opportunity, new meetings, new excitement, new sexual energy coming in. So very positive towards the end of the month for a long-term relationship. So between now and then, you want to just practice what you preach, right? Really, again, you're being redefined, you're being defining who you are. And so as you practice that, when you meet this new individual at the end of the month, you'll be more in tune with what you want. In fact, you're also vibrationally, as you change, you're changing the type of person that you're drawing to you, right? Which is probably a good thing because you're single. And so I would assume that you want somebody that is really going to be a good match for you and that's going to stick around, that you want to stick around. So this is a good shift, that adjustment that's happening for you. Now, let's look at career and money for Libras for the month. So career, they're showing me a little bit like a sparkler, like starting to go off, and then especially around the first of the month, starting to see some things going off and changes, and by the end of the month, like really you know how sparkler goes, and then it fizzles and it dies out. It doesn't die out. It just creates a glow. So by the 25th of the month, it just, in the beginning, it's kind of like sparkling and all this stuff, and it's almost like starting and stopping. With the little crackling and things that are happening, but by the 20th, it just turns into this nice glow. So there's momentum that you're getting, whatever you're starting, whatever projects are going back and forth. It's a really great time to dig in, to be creative, to use this energy that just came in for creativity, and to really be able to focus your energies on what it is that you want to have happen. There may be some new people that come in around the 7th or around the 8th. And you may just want to, give it some time, stall them a little bit. Don't commit, because until we get after the 9th or the 10th, when the Mercury goes forward, then we'll get more of the picture. Then we'll really see what's involved, what they want, what this alliance is, or what this relationship is. And these new individuals, they actually can be a support to you long term, and they can bring you new business. So you want to be aware of the new individuals that are coming in around that 9th or that 10th. And it's right on the cusp or the end of this retrograde. So as you move forward, you're going to see that there's a bigger opening there for more positive things to happen. Financially, so showing me that you have money, but they're showing me like the beginning of the month, like a lot going out, and it feels like teeth are involved. It feels like eyes are involved. I mean, it feels like just a lot on medical bills. So it feels like medical things that are going out. It feels like some education going out. It feels like unexpected. They're showing me parties. This is your month, so maybe you're throwing a party, or you're inclined to throw a party, so there's money for the party. So there's just a lot of, I see a car, so there's a lot of money going out to things the good news is you have a stockpile for it to go from. And so there is some unexpected money coming in. For some of you, it'll be around the 15th. And that money that comes in around the 15th, it's not a gift, and it does come through your career or your profession or people that you know from your career profession. Some of you, it could also come in the form of courts or taxes, IRS, inheritances, things like that. And then there's also, they're showing me around the 15th, and they're also showing me around the 25th. So it's kind of like in the middle of the month and then at the end of the month. So if it doesn't happen in the middle of the month, look towards the end of the month. We actually have a full moon that's happening October 27th. And that full moon in Taurus could also bring in unexpected wealth, unexpected abundance for you, right? And you also don't want to be afraid to explore new ideas, especially around the new moon, October 13th. There may be a little money that you need to invest in you, and that's really going to go a long way. So if you see something that's like, I need to pay this, because it's going to help me for my business, you need to do it because it's going to grow. Or if there's a partner coming in and saying, listen, I can do X, Y, Z for you, and it's after the retrograde period, so you're actually having clear communication. And so around that new moon of October 13th, go ahead, it's okay, because it's going to make your business grow. It is going to be a positive thing. Of course, this is given that you've checked out their credentials and they are who they say they are, all of that sort of thing. But all in all, I like the career this month. There's also showing me like a momentum, an upswing in your energy, an upswing in the direction. And they're showing me lips, like you're going to be on everybody's lips. There's going to be a start to be where your name is on everybody's lips. And more importantly, maybe not as much the masses, but the right people's lips, the people who are at the top. Some of you may be involved in media things. Some of you may be involved in communications, especially towards the end of the month, your lips being on other people, executives, important people's minds. And not to shy away from this. Like this is, we're starting to get, it starts to feel like Jupiter energy to me, where it's like, it's where you can't screw up, right? It's where everything sort of falls from the heavens into your lap. So it's this perfect timing, and that's going to start to happen. And this feels like it's a cycle that's going to be about an 18-month cycle. And you're going to start to see it just start to come in, but it feels like, this time next year, it's going to be, then you're just basking in it for the whole year. But it just feels like this is like a glimpse of the future. So this is a glimpse of what could be for next year. So towards the end of this month, there can be a glimpse into what your next year could look like. So that could be a partner shows up and says, hey, this is what I'm working on, and this is where I see you fit in 6 months or 9 months or a year from now, right? So, or you may have an idea, a vision for yourself, and it could be publishing, it could be you could be writing a book, you could be doing a documentary. It feels very public, and it feels you could be taking a company to a merger. You could be starting your own company. But it's public. It's you being out there, people talking about you. So this is something that's going to start to get a glimpse of around the end of October, and then you might go underground for a while, really working on it, and then they're showing me next summer it could open up until like July. And then all next year, just really start to expand. All right. So whatever you're working on, or if you don't know, ask for it to be shown to you, because it's going to come up around the end of October. All right. So let's look at your health for Libras. Okay. Some of you are really tired, myself included, and so they're just showing me, this tired energy. Okay, and it's a drain. Okay, now we're going back to the relationships, and they're showing me all these people hanging on you, hanging off your legs, hanging on your back, literally sucking the energy, your life force out of your spine. Not a pretty picture, so like vampires, right? So they actually sink their teeth in you, and they're sucking your life force energy. And sometimes I want to call it inappropriate sharing, all right? So inappropriate sharing, because you're a Libra and you have a natural tendency just to give, and it makes you feel good to give, all right? But it's not always appropriate to give, because when we give incorrectly or we give too much, it stunts the growth of the other person. My Kabbalah teacher always used to tell me it's like you have a cup and I overfill the cup. And so when I overfill the cup, when I give too much, all that spark of light, all that energy is overflowing and it goes to waste. And not only do the sparks, when they fall out of the cup, go to waste, but what do? They burn other people. They create chaos. So us giving too much to other people is actually creating chaos in other people's lives. And in addition to that, the universe stops giving to us because we are now inappropriately using the energy that's coming to us. And so the universe is like, no, I'm going to stop feeding you, not going to give you any more, so you don't have as much to give over there because you're giving too much. And once you correct that with yourself, the universe will start to give you more, and you'll feel like you have more energy, you'll have more money, you'll have more resources. And guess what? That person that you stop giving as much to will make their own connection to source, will make their own connection and start to feed appropriately from their divine connection. And if they don't, they'll go find somebody else that they can leech off of, right? Now, here becomes the problem. Some of these are very intimate relationships. They're your children, they're your parents, they're your best friends, right? Or they're your best friend's friends. They could be your clients. They could be people that you feel a vested interest in. So, and here's the thing: even if it comes out of your goodness of your heart, like, oh my God, I want to help them. We have a society of people that we have given way too much to, and now they don't know what to do. They can no longer help themselves. We have disempowered them. So every time you give somebody too much, you are saying to them, you poor thing, you can't handle life. Now there are times when it's appropriate, right? When somebody's ill, it's appropriate to give to them, right? But when they start to get better, you give in a different way. You cheer them on, you talk to them, you champion them. You no longer financially sustain them. You no longer bring them food anymore because now they can take care of themselves. So you need to gauge what it looks like. But this is your work this month, Libra. And if you're able to do this, if you're actually able to pull back your energy and allow that other person to fall, they're really not going to fall. They're going to grow up. They're going to get tall and they're going to stand on their own. You're going to get healthier. You're going to get more vibrant. You're going to get to your next level of receiving and giving. So your whole life can change. It's a really big month for you, Libra, to be able to, you have to make this next step so that you can really receive everything the universe wants to give you. So, wow, huge month for all of us. So there is just a lot of information there about that. So I guess we really needed to hear it, right, Libras? Okay, so anything unexpected. So that's really about the health, and you're just being drained by other people's energy. And when you stop the behavior, you'll get your energy back. Now, if you're dealing with anything serious, like really super serious, there are seeds of that involved. Yeah, so you change the behavior and things are going to start to change for you. And you're also going to start to receive the right medical care, the right doctors, the right information, so you can put a stop to whatever's going on for you. Okay. And some of you, I've got a splitting headache, so I'm so sorry if you guys are dealing with migraines and brain challenges and things like that. So you just want to relax around it and just trust that you're going to get what you need, all right? Because the universe is showing new positive things happening for you. And some of you, there may be some redoing with Mercury retrograde here, where you may have gotten a bad diagnosis before, but now you get the right one, right? So it comes back around and says, no, wait a second. And then more information shows up at the end of the month. So there's some good things that are happening for you with your health in terms of diagnosis and getting you on the right track. Now, for those of you with, unexpected. So anything unexpected that we can expect for this month? That's an interesting question. So let's see. Yeah, you may have some unexpected company show up around the 17th. You may have some surprise visitors that want to come and spend the night, or surprise opportunities, out to dinner, out with friends, and having a really good time. So nice unexpected company and friendships around that 17th to 20th. And then I just want to mention that there is a new moon on October 13th. I think I briefly touched on it before. And of course, new moons are great times to inject energy into your new ideas, your new relationships, your new favorite thing, whether it's health, diet, exercise. It's always a great time to reinforce those new things that you want. And then the full moon around that 27th, that's where we talked about really all these unexpected gifts coming in, unexpected opportunities, real fullness. So I said that just shines, like our careers, everything's just magnified at the beginning of the month. So really positive, unexpected, fruitful beginnings and receiving. Like there could be a really windfall. Like this is, yeah, like windfall energy. Like, you know, like lottery energy, like selling a house energy, like getting money for a house, like gifts, you know, lots of big gifts, money coming in unexpected at the end of the month. All right, you guys, happy birthday, fellow Libras. Have an amazing month. And if you like my star signs, intuitive astrology, please share it with your friends and like it. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.